Hey guys, it's Cameron Flemming with the Flemming team here in Columbia, South Carolina, and you're tuned in to our channel where we talk tips, tricks, and strategies to help you be prepared for today's market. Today, we're going to be talking about my 2021 projections for the real estate market. I think if we're going to take a look at trying to predict 2021, we have to take a look back at 2020 and see what happened there. So, as we take a look back at 2020, who would have predicted that during these challenging times, during COVID-19, in the middle of a pandemic, that Columbia would have some of the strongest one of the strongest real estate markets that we've seen in a long time. So year over year, we're seeing homes gain value 7 to 10%. Now, if you want to know if your home has gained that type of value, please send me a message, comment down below, or give me a call, and I can certainly do that for you. But I want to talk about why that happened, why we saw prices increase so dramatically in 2020. So the first thing to look at when we take a look at why did prices increase so dramatically in 2020 is we have to look at the interest rates. So the interest rates were absolutely phenomenal in 2020. We saw interest rates at 2.75, and there at the end of the year we even saw interest rates as low as 2.25. So that money is extremely cheap, and what it did was cause a major demand for buyers because they could afford more home with those low interest rates. So buyers, their demand went through the roof. And with that high demand of buyers, what we also saw in 2020 is a very low inventory. So a regular market, where it's even with both buyers and sellers, has about 6 months of inventory in the market. When I checked yesterday, we had about 1.5 months of inventory on the market in the Columbia area. So this low inventory but high buyer demand really drove up prices. So that's kind of what happened in 2020. So as we take a look at 2021, I think the first thing to think about is, are interest rates going to stay low? I predict that they are, and part of my prediction comes from what economists are saying. Economists are saying that interest rates are going to be held down, that the money to buy a home is going to continue to stay low, and it could even lessen. I'm hearing economic forecasters saying that in the first, second, third quarter, we're going to see those low 2% rates. So I think buyer demand is going to continue to stay high in 2021. The next thing we look at is inventory. Guys, the inventory is so low right now, I just can't see any shift really affecting the inventory in a way that is going to change what's going on in the market. Now, I do think that as the virus becomes more normal and people get the vaccine, I do think you're going to see some more sellers be willing to get out there and join the marketplace. So I don't know if we're going to continue to see 1 month and less of inventory, but even if we see 3 and 4 months of inventory, we're still looking at a strong seller's market in 2021. So that's kind of my prediction on what the market is going to do for sellers in 2021. Now, I want to take a little bit of time and talk about investors. So, I was one of those investors that was thinking, hey, people are losing their jobs left and right. We got unemployment going up high. We're going to see some foreclosures here in the future, and it's going to cause a dip in prices. Well, as we take a look at the statistics, I'm looking at only about 8% of homeowners are delinquent with their mortgage. That's not a large enough percentage of homeowners to really affect inventory, which would ultimately be what drives down prices. So I think if you're an investor, you're simply going to have to wait. I don't see home prices dipping low this year. So I think if if you're looking to pick up some cheap investment properties, I think you're going to have to wait. Now, my last prediction for 2021 is migration to the area, right? So we've seen a lot of people from Ohio, Wisconsin, Michigan. They've been migrating to South Carolina for a long time, but in 2021, I think there's going to be an uptick in that. I think at the end there in 2020, I saw a major uptick in the people that I was seeing relocate to the area, and a lot of times we're getting those people from the Rust Belt and people from New York as they move from those areas. They're wanting to come to a place like South Carolina, and if you're one of those people, I just want to say, hey, we welcome you. We're excited to have you, but I think that trend is going to continue as we go into 2021. And I think that's going to really help our market. I think that even if you see markets like California and New York have a downturn, I think this migration effort to move to South Carolina is going to really continue to improve our market and continue to make it a seller's market where we're seeing sellers being able to really take advantage of what's going on in the market. So guys, if you have any questions about 2021, what's going on in the market, if you want to know what your home is worth, let me know. I'm here to help you. I'm going to include a link to my seller's guide down in the description. Go ahead and click on that so you can get our free seller's guide. It's going to give you some important insights about what's going on in the market now and what you can expect for 2021. So I'd love to share that information with you. Thanks for tuning into my channel, and until next time, guys, peace.